Well, the house has been in the family for years. Originally, it was the Mayor Seal Norton's property. Back in the 70s, I believe the house was built, maybe the early 60s. My father became very ill, and we moved. We sold our house in Middletown and moved in here to help him about 8 years ago. We love the town. We love the people in town, and we wanted to make this our permanent retirement, basically. When this storm was being hyped, we felt a little uneasy knowing what the water can do down here and what the river can do. So we were preparing to evacuate. However, there were some neighbors that we were familiar with that were going to stay on this side in the fountains, and on that side in Yacht Harbor. They were all three families were on the upper level. So I'm on the first aid squad in town, and my captain, God rest his soul now, Pete Lang, and I discussed we were going to stay back in case there was anything that would be needed in terms of first aid. Probably around 5-ish, the water started coming on Ocean Avenue. So town turned off all the electric, everybody left, and my wife and I just lit candles and hung out. The wind was howling, you know. All of a sudden I heard a noise, like a hissing sound, and I went into my furnace room, and I saw that there was like freon coming out of the plenum, or the air conditioning unit. And I couldn't put two and two together, but then I figured, oh, the condenser. So I went to the front to look out the window to see if everything was okay with the condenser, and it was gone. So I smelt at that point a really strong odor of natural gas, and I went running back into the living room, and I blew out the candles, and I said to her, we got to get out. At the point we came down the stairs, I'm looking and I'm seeing real, velocity starting. So we actually stayed against the house, walked our way up to here. Now that's where we were going to go, to the second floor of that unit. That was our plan. But when I got to here, I didn't know the foundation was gone, and I stepped, and then I went down, and the water had me. My wife grabbed me by the back of the neck, and I managed to get up. So then we started across. I knew I couldn't get across without a rope because it was starting to move now, velocity-wise. So we basically just made our way, and I kept slipping in. So when we got to about this point, I looked, and I actually saw a wave come, and it just like we bobbed, and it took us, and my wife lost her balance. I grabbed her, and she's at this point saying, I can't make it, and I'm going, hey, you gotta make it. We only got to get to the back of the house. So we got to about, I know I was holding on to this window, we got to about here, and another wave came, and at that point it took both of us, and we were sort of tumbling, and I had my arm out, and I somehow grabbed this deck, and now I had her in the current. I basically got her here to hold on. At this point, we're good. I mean, we got the insurance squared away. We have an architect coming, and we're gonna raise the house, lift the house up at least 4 feet. And I have a crawl space, it's 4 feet, so I'll have 8 foot, and I'm gonna put a garage in underneath, and hopefully there won't be a problem down the road. I think Bright has a chance of being a premier town on the shore. One thing Stanley did do is wake me up more to become involved within the political process or the council workers of the town. So it's making me more aware and educated on how things go and budget-wise how things are done, and it's an interesting process, and I think that going forward that I'm going to be involved in it